So I had a pretty successful day training, starting off with some jump rope. I did about 15 minutes of jump rope today. It was pretty effective. I figured out how to adjust the jump rope so it suited me a little better. There was like a 1 pound weight in each handle, which I didn't know how to take out, but fortunately I dropped it and the weights came out on their own. So luck is very important. Don't ever underestimate it. Here is a very important gentle movement that does a couple things. It stretches out the hamstrings in the pike position, which is one of my weaker positions to do. It does the fingers because I'm doing it on the fingertips, and it works the shoulders and some pushing along with the spine. Actually, it does quite a lot. So try out some Hindu push-ups if you're able to. If you're not able to do it like this, try it against the wall. Very important. I did a good amount of crawling. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It is quite challenging for me to do these crawls. It works a lot of pushing, and it has a lot of freedom of variation. You can improvise what kind of movement you want to do. It's very good to go into a bridge and to crawl backwards to work some of the rear movements. So today was pretty successful with building strength and I had a very good stretching session not too long ago, which you'll see at the end of the video. So please like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help out the channel. Here I do some handstand presses, but I made a little mistake. My wrists were not warmed up enough, so this first press was actually kind of painful. It was like, my wrist kind of hurts. So I guess if you're doing some hand balancing, just instinctively warm up with this kind of roll. I normally do, but I thought I was properly warmed up. But for me, that roll is often enough to get it back to the level. I'm still pretty tired, so these presses were somewhat challenging. I was trying to get good handstand alignment for some balancing, just for a better control, and I think it also is more aesthetic. When I look back through history or study history, I really like the Renaissance, one of my favorite time periods. And a lot of, fictional societies seem to hold the Renaissance as one of the best time periods for humanity because they had focuses on aesthetic pursuits along with intellectual pursuits, which I think is currently what I think is the pinnacle of what humans can achieve. But I think that might change once we get some better AI development coming through. That probably will enter the next age of humans. So if you have any chance to promote AI development, smoothing out the infrastructure for humans, or even just building it into our culture that, we're going into an AI future and just trying to promote that. I think that's our good goal right now to, try to get AI, get a streamline for it to be implemented into our world. So here is another example of strength. I'm building into the legs. This, along with some jump rope, has really built a lot of lower leg strength for me. I'm really happy with both the jump rope and the weighted calf raises, along with some squatted calf raises that when I just squat throughout my daily life, I will just do some calf raises to start to mobilize the lower body. And here is a very good stretching session. So this is how I'm working towards the middle splits. I'm stretching out the end range of motions for my butt so that I can get this range of motion locked in that I can do the splits. And I was able to do the splits probably the easiest that I was ever able to do it. So a lot of these stretches are for the middle splits. except for the ones that are for the shoulders. So I'm pretty thankful to be able to be in touch with my emotions. That's something I think is important to grow intellectually, is to be aware of how emotions really are, how emotions really have a strong physical component along with a component in your heart and your head. So, I mean, they really go over your entire being, your body, heart, and head, kind of your three main centers. And just I'm trying to understand how each emotion really goes through each one and all of those centers at the same time, just to be more aware and more emotionally developed. I heard that a very good emotion that's very easy to achieve is being grateful. I learned about somebody named Diogenes, ancient Athens person who lived in a wine barrel. So that made me pretty thankful that I have quite a large house, quite a large property. I mean, this room was significantly better than some people ever would dream of living in. And how you can often be thankful just by looking back throughout history, how historically we all live much better lives than anyone ever did in the past. So if you want a quick, good emotion, I think that's a good thing to think about. But sometimes also think about how far in the future I could have been born and how much better it could have been. But, grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. I had a good amount of aesthetic training. I practiced a lot of music today, learning some great pieces. And while I often think about trying to seek out as much novelty as possible, when I practice music, I seem to have the opposite approach. I'd much rather be able to play one song very, very well, perfectly master just one song, one type of music, than to be kind of okay at a lot of different ones. So I'm not sure. I wonder what you guys think about that, and what kind of aesthetic disciplines you partake in. I mean, if you dress yourself, if you, organize and clean your house, you partake in changing the aesthetics and pursuing some sort of aesthetic discipline. So this is another one of the main stretches I'm doing to get the middle splits. Not only lifting the leg, but articulating a few joints while in that extended range of motion. I still find it quite challenging to educate myself and find some intellectual pursuit. I could play the game, but it's not really something I'm really inclined to do. So sometimes aesthetic disciplines are held just as high as intellectual ones. And hope not to beat a dead horse, but artificial intelligence should maybe replace human intelligence if it can be a superior one. This split squat here that I'm doing, very good. You should all be doing it. If you can't do it on the ground like this, lift your leg up as high as it can, put it against a chair, your bed, or lie on your back and do it in the air, and just use your hands to pull your legs into these positions. And here is I think the big finale where I get into the middle splits. Kaboom, very nice. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. Farewell.